You had a father, your father had a father, your father's father had a father. And all of them, the first father was Manuji Maharaj. And Manu's father was Brahma. And Brahma's father was Narayan. Everything has a cause. So then God, who is the father of God? Saparyagat Shukram Akayam Avranam Asnaviram Shuddham Apapaviddham Kavi Manishi Paribhu Swayambhu Yatha Tathyata Arthan Vyadadhat Shashwatibhyah Samabhyah. This is a very interesting mantra. 11 names of God are figuring in this. They could be categorized into 3 categories. Instead of taking them in sequence, we'll take them category-wise. Some of them are gunavachak, describing the qualities of God. Some of them are rupavachak, related to the form of God. Some of them are kriyavachak, related to the activities of God. Let us see. It says, that Supreme Lord, who is everywhere in this world, within whom the world exists, Shukram. Shukram means omnipotent, resplendent. So God is omnipotent, resplendent, all-powerful. Those who, giving up desires, worship that Shukra Lord, they cross over the ocean of life and death. Next, Shuddham. God is pure. All pure. So pure that if you attach your mind to it, your mind will also be purified. That is why Sri Krishna explains to Arjuna in the Gita, Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Arjun, your mind is in the 3 gunas and I am trigunatit. If you attach your mind to me, it will also rise beyond the 3 gunas. The third, so these 3 are the gunavachak. Apapaviddha, he is untouched by sin. So Sri Krishna explains, no mam karmani limpanti na karma phales priya. Look Arjun, I am neither touched by pap nor by punya. So in the Bhagavad, this is explained so powerfully. Yat pad pankaja paraga nisheva tripta yoga prabhav viduta khila karma bandha. Swairam charanti munayopi nanahya manas tasyechayatava pushah kutaiva bandha. Maharaj, great yogis who meditate on your lotus feet, by your grace, they cut the karmas of endless lifetimes. Then how can any karma impact you, their Aradhya? You are always untouched. Shuddh Apapaviddham. So these 3 are referring to gunas of God, and they refute the Jnani's version that God is nirguna, without attributes. The 3 gunas have been described. Now let us move on to the Rupavachak. Avranam means that God's body does not have divisions. These divisions could be 2, of the bodily parts and of the organs. So the bodily parts of God, they are all non-different from each other. Angani asya sakalendriya vrittimanti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadujjvala vigrahasya govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Brahmaji says, I offer my pranams to Govind, whose every limb is full of bliss. And through every limb he can do the work of all the other limbs. We poor souls see through the eyes and hear through the ears and smell through the nose. God, if he comes in musti, he can hear through the eyes and smell through the ears and see through the nose. Or if he likes, he can smell, see, hear, taste, feel all through the nose. Or if he likes, he can do it without any of the senses. Binu pada chalai sunai, binu kana kar, binu karma karai vidhinana. Without any of the senses, he can do the work of the senses. So, in his case, that kind of distinction itself is not arising, because deha dehi vibhedoyam neshvare vidyate kvachit. The Kurma Puran, the Varaha Puran, deha dehi vidhaschaiva nanyasaiva kadachana. What are they saying? The difference of deh and dehi. This is the body of Mukundananda. This is the soul of Mukundananda. That distinction doesn't exist for God. He himself becomes his body. So it's not that one day he has to leave his body. And since he and his body are one, the distinction of the different limbs no longer exists. And the other distinction could be of the organs. He doesn't need any of these organs. His body is not made of Rajvirya. It's a divine body. His body is such. If Mahalakshmi looks at one Rom Koop of Sri Krishna, she will faint unconscious. That is the Rupa Madhuri of Sham Sundar. So, he is Avranam, and then the next word comes Asnaviram. He doesn't have this nerves, veins, arteries, all the apparatus of the pranamaya kosh. He doesn't need any pran to roam around him, because he is the basis of everybody's pran. Ken Upanishad says, Yau pranasya pranaha. God is the pran of your pran. So he doesn't need another pran to energize him. He says, I am depleted. I need to go to Prem Yoga and do pranayam to recharge myself. He doesn't need to do any pranayam because he is the pran of all pran. So this distinction doesn't exist in his body. And the third one is a little confusing. Now we are talking of the Rupavacha, third word that has come, Akayam. The Jnani said, there I told you he doesn't have a body. But if that was the meaning to be taken, then why would these words, the Avranam and Asnaviram, be there? It's just like telling somebody, this disembodied being doesn't have a body. And that body doesn't have wounds on it. Arey Baba, when you said it doesn't have a body, then why are you saying it doesn't have wounds on it? So Akay here has come for doesn't have a material body. And that is being emphasized by Avranam and Asnaviram. And the Padma Puran is explaining this. Yastu nirguna ityuktaha shastreshu jagadishvaraha prakritair heya sanyuktair gunair hinatva muchyate. When the Shastras say God is nirgun, what they mean is he doesn't have material gunas, but he's got innumerable spiritual gunas. When they say he's nirakar, it means he doesn't have a material akar, but he's got innumerable spiritual akars. So these three words, they disprove the Jnani's theory that God cannot be sakar. Now come to the four about his activities. He is Kavi. What does Kavi mean? One who explains things clearly. The God has explained things clearly in the Upanishads. If we don't have the ability to understand, that's our problem. But he has explained the Vedas. And because he has explained the Vedas, he is the original Kavi. And by his power, anybody can be Kavi. So that is why the Bhagavatam says, Tene Brahma Ridaya Adi Kavaye. He explained the Vedas in Brahma, and Brahma became the Adi Kavi now. So Brahma is the Adi Kavi, empowered by the Adi Kavi. And all the Adi Kavis of Indian Sahitya are invariably devotees of God. Annamacharya, the Adi Kavi of Telugu Sahitya today, one of the first writers of bhajans on Venkateshwar Bhagavan, the Adi Kavi of Maithili literature, Maithili Kavi Kokil was Vidyapati. The Adi Kavi of Gujarati Sahitya was Narsi Mehta. All great devotees. So, by his power, anybody can be Kavi. And he is the original Kavi. And then, the next comes Manishi. Manishi is the knower of the mind. So, God is the knower of the mind. Because the mind is working by his power. Again, the Kena Upanishad says, Yan manasan manute ye nahur manumatam tadeva brahmatvam viddhi nedam yadidam upasite. This mind is empowered by him, and this mind of yours can never reach him by its own ability until God blesses and graces. So, the mind is working because of God. So, he is the knower of everybody's mind. And Manishi also means one who contemplates on the Tattva, the eternal principles. So, they are the Manishis. Brahma Sakar hai ki Nirakar hai. Now, when God descends, as Ram he descended, he gave knowledge to Lakshman, etc., etc. And he created all this knowledge resource for us. Sri Krishna descended, and today we have the Bhagavad Gita. So he is the Manishi who has bestowed it upon us. Now the next is Paribhu. Paribhu is present everywhere. Just like your laptop cannot work unless the electricity reaches everywhere. Likewise, this world only works because of the presence of God everywhere. And then it is Swayambhu. Swayambhu means he is his own cause. Everything has a cause. You had a father, your father had a father, your father's father had a father. And all of them, the first father was Manuji Maharaj. And Manu's father was Brahma. And Brahma's father was Narayan. So then God, he is the original father, the original mother as well. He is Swayambhu, who is the father of God. If he had a father, then that person would become God. So then, Yatha Tathyata Arthan Vyadadhata. This means he has created this world and provided us all with a field of activities to do our karmas. And he bestows the results. And through the results, which are bitter and sweet, we keep learning. And through the learning, we keep on growing. And all these things that he does is by his Shaktis. So this disproves the Jnani's proposition that God is Shakti Rahit. Nirgun, Nirvishesh, Nirakar, Shakti Rahit. So all of these are disproved.